Guys, we've got some news, stories we've talked about all summer long. We've got deals. Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin has been paid, agreeing to a 3-year, $96 million contract extension, which averages $32 million per year. The deal concludes a hold-in by the star receiver, secures him as a consistent offensive force for the team, particularly with quarterback Jaden Daniels. Adam, I want to start with you. How'd this deal get done?
Molly, what's the date on the calendar? It is August 26th today.
Sir.
It is August 25th when that deal got done. We are under 2 weeks away from the start of the regular season. It's not like the negotiations took some dramatic shift. It's not like the numbers spiked. Both sides know they have to find a way to get it done. Terry McLaurin wants to play and be there for his team. And so in the end, you get the best deal that you can because he's under contract for the year anyway. And that's exactly what he does. It's a 3-year deal up to $96 million. So Terry McLaurin gets the deal done. The Commanders get their receiver. And for all the talk about how far apart the sides were during the course of the summer and the offseason, for all the talk about the lack of progress that they made, the bottom line is the deal gets done to get them in uniform in time for the regular season opener against the New York Giants.
On this particular show, we didn't really focus a lot on how far apart they were.
And they were.
We focused on, wait a minute, something got to get done. This is a brother that played 4 consecutive years without missing a game. This is a guy that's been a 1,000-yard receiver. This is the most reliable weapon that Jaden Daniels, the truth, the guy that really went on center stage and put on the show last year. This is his primary weapon. You got to take care of that quarterback. And you can't do so. You can't talk about looking towards the future. You can't talk about the future even being now because of the star-studded status that Jaden Daniels brings to the table, and you don't take care of preserving his top target. That's what this was about. And, you know, what I said months ago was this. I was confident that something was going to get done because, you know, this is not Daniel Snyder. This is Josh Harris. He got a guy by the name of Irvin Magic Johnson that's in his ear, and Magic is about winning. And Magic is
It's
about
all that bad. Irvin Magic Johnson, Bob Myers, it's all the basketball
There we
right?
go. There we go. And those brothers are about getting it done.
And speaking about winning, to me, this puts a ribbon on a great offseason because the one vulnerability they had was Jaden Daniels sacked 47 times. And when you get Laramie Tunsil on the left side, draft Josh Conley on the right side, I agree. T-Mac was what put it over the top, but they had a great offseason.
So how many teams are you taking over Washington in the NFC?
The Packers and the Bucks, barely. Now, look, as it relates to Green Bay.
Packers?
No Eagles and Lions.
Stop. You mean that's it?
That's it.
The Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah,
No Philadelphia?
No. You just talk. Jaden Daniels is probably the best quarterback outside of Jordan Love in the NFC, and he had a whole offseason with Cliff Kingsbury. You add Deebo Samuel with the aforementioned Terry McLaurin. This is an offense that was already in the top 10.
They lost 55-23 in the NFC Championship game. Where the Eagles go?
Where they went, that was ancient history. Look at all the defensive players that Philadelphia has lost. They're going to have at least 4 or 5 new stars. And when we get to a week from Thursday night and you have to put Dory Jackson out for Darius Slay, and you also lose C.J. Gardner.
You're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles defense. I'm talking about Washington's defense. They give up 55 points.
Right, so they added Javon Kinlaw, Von Miller, who doesn't have a lot left, but maybe they'll get 15 snaps a game. And they also drafted Trey Amos. So to me, their defense will be at least middle of the road. They're going to be a top 5 offense. So I think they're going to beat Philadelphia and win the division.
So a middle of the road defense. You going to put them above Philadelphia, the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, who still got Saquon Barkley, who still, the A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, got in these schools. You're an elite offensive line, if I remember correctly. You're still going to look at the Washington Commanders, and you don't even mention the Philadelphia Eagles. You mention the Detroit Lions and the Buccaneers. I'm sorry, the Packers.
He didn't mention the Lions.
Wait. If the 4 of us owned an NFL team, which, look, you're close to being able to do.
Adam's not so far behind.
No, he is not.
Way behind.
No, he is not.
And we did. Stephen A., who would you draft before Jaden Daniels? He may be the #1 player you would take to build a franchise around. And to me,
I'm not throwing any shade on him.
Right. So the definition of greatness is to make those around you better. And if we could score enough points to beat Philadelphia, that defense doesn't have to be elite.
I'm pass it to the great Adam Schefter by saying this. In the NFC Championship game, the shame of the Washington Commanders is that one could easily argue the only person who showed up was their rookie quarterback. Anybody else, a whole bunch of veterans did it. And there are no questions about Jaden Daniels. We know who he is. We know what he brings to the table. Where's the help? And I'm not saying they don't have a good team. And I'm not saying they don't have a good coach. And I'm not saying Kingsbury didn't do a hell of a job as the offensive coordinator. What I'm saying is, Philadelphia just gets open. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, Mike T.
Adam,
Go
how
ahead,
many
Adam.
teams would you take ahead?
Of the Washington Commanders, I think the Commanders are one of the better teams.
Yes.
But I think there are a number of good teams in the NFC. I'm not going to pick a certain team before they've played a game because every season is different. All I can tell you is there's a group of teams in the NFC, including the Eagles, including the Lions.
That's right.
That are as good as the Washington Commanders. Now, Mike is doing
What's wrong
everything.
with him?
He's got everything but a cheese head on his head with Jordan Love in the back.
Because we love love. Because when you have a group of
We
receivers,
like love.
No, we love
We'll
love.
have more love for love when love shows up. When
He's
it's
got
really,
Love as the
counts.
best quarterback.
Okay.
And the Packers is the best team
But the
here.
facts and the data guys say that they led the league in drops. They go out and get Matthew Golden, to me, who's the best receiver in the draft. You have two great tight ends in Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave.
Okay.
If he's healthy, I think he's as talented of a quarterback as there is.
Listen, he is talented. We're not questioning his talent. We're questioning his willingness to show up when it really, really counts. Because he certainly didn't do that against the Eagles in the postseason. There's a reason for that. Maybe not his fault, but damn it, that plays a role. And I don't want to hear all of this stuff about data. Data's important. It matters. But it ain't everything. You got two eyes for a reason. Don't tell me. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield needs to be given a lot of credit. He's been absolutely fantastic. We get that. But Tampa Bay
Gotta leave it there.
come on now.
You're on a heater with the hot takes right
We're under 2 weeks to the start of the season, and so these two sides figured out a way to bridge their vast differences and to get a deal done with Terry McLaurin. A 3-year extension, his third big contract as a wide receiver. This had hung over the franchise. They wanted to get it done, and I think the fact that the preseason is behind us and the start of the regular season is right in front of us was a leading factor to the timing of this deal and getting it done when the two sides did.
D-Wood, give me 2 words for the realistic expectations for the Commanders this year.
Super Bowl. Super Bowl. I mean, this is the team last year that was on the doorstep of the Super Bowl. And then you look at the moves that the Commanders made this offseason. They go out and they trade for Laramie Tunsil. Okay, they drafted a lineman in the first round. They go out and trade for Deebo Samuel. Like, they've added pieces to bolster this splendid offense. And so when you got the centerpiece being Jaden Daniels, anything is possible, including making a trip to the Super Bowl.
So we had a thing a couple of weeks ago here, maybe it been last week, about there are some signals that there could be some reason to expect them to regress a little bit. They won all of these close games last year. They went for it on 4th down and got it at a ridiculously high rate. The schedule this year is a little bit unfortunate for them. They play the most teams coming off a bye of any team. So just little things that could work against them. But I feel like this signing, this deal, however it's worked out, this was the piece that they needed to make this run. I'm a believer in the Commanders. What do you expect?
Absolutely. This puts a ribbon on a great offseason, which already D would alluded to. And when we go to the other side of the ball, they added Javon Kinlaw, Von Miller, who, again, close to the end, but maybe they get 15 plays a game out of him. And when you look at this graphic, Greeny, to me, what they did is they attacked their weaknesses, specifically with Laramie Tunsil and Josh Connerly. Jaden